Hey guys, welcome back to Sky Factory 2.5. I'm Brim, he's Grum, and this is episode 22. Now what are we going to do today? Well, I thought we would start... Hey, is there water in my boat? I thought I saw water in a boat. Oh, I do see water in a boat. Isn't that interesting? Thought we would start with a little gentle stroll down the what? Oh wait, there's a waterfall here. Oh, can we make it? Can we make it? F5. Oh! I can hit the water. I can't believe I actually hit the water. All right, guys. Well, that was ridiculous, but it was interesting. And now I got a boat down there. I'm going to go break at some point. I thought we would start with a quick look around the area we've been terraforming up here. It has changed quite a lot since last we saw it, just because I have done so much work up here. Here's the blue hole we were working on, and it's seen a little decoration update here. A few little scattered plants here and there. We got some wheat, got some melons. I thought we had melon here. Maybe I broke it for something. Planted a few trees, although I think this is roofed forest, and I think in the natural biome. I think this is all supposed to be dark oak. I think so. I think it's all supposed to be dark oak, but we've hidden a few little things here and there as well. So we've got all the water features, all the grass that we saw before, but here you'll see some broken up track, and this is actually wooden track from, what mod's it from? Oh, it's Tinker's Construct track. And this goes to El Dorado, the lost mine of El Dorado, and you can see that it has, it's kind of overgrown and kind of collapsed here and there, but if we sneak our way inside, we will see that it's plumb full of gold. Yes, we brought some gold in here to decorate El Dorado, but I don't see where anyone might have been staying around here, so if we sneak on around the bottom of the island down here, we'll see that someone has terraced up an area. Yes, they did, and it looks like there's an old field here that's been overrun a bit, and oh look, some broken stones in the back. What is this? Where do these broken stones go? Is that a door? Is this a dirt house? Is this somebody's beginner dirt house? Why, I think it is. Look, a chest, a workbench, a table, a furnace, a bed, and oh my goodness, an actual skeleton. Yes, there's an actual skeleton laying on the floor. I guess we know why the mine became lost, because it appears the miner has become lost as well. That's just a little DecoCraft skeleton laying down there. I just thought this would be a neat little addition to our decoration that we've done up on this hilltop here. I really kind of like, I think, by and large, the sculpting and terraforming that I was going to do on the top portion is probably done at this point. I know it has come a long way since last we looked at it. Now, I haven't done much with seeding some ores in the side. Matter of fact, I think this is exactly the way it looked last time. We've got a few, maybe I've even pulled out some coal as I sculpted the dirt around the side, but it is what it is. I'm very pleased with the way the top up here turned out. I'm very happy with this. I think it looks very nice. And I bet there aren't a lot of other Sky Factory mods out there that are Sky Factory playthroughs out there that have got their own floating island like this one. So let's take a look inside our base and see what's changed. We've opened up a room over here. This is our ME system over here, and I've just opened up the entrance to this area because it felt a little crowded. We've got drive bays ready to go in. We've got bays for drives ready to go in. We don't actually have the drives to go in there yet, but what, 1, 2, 3, 4, we got 5. Managed to cram 5 in there. I should have built the drive bays and then built the room around it. It's off by 1, and it kind of drives me crazy. Now, I was able to sneak an elevator in here and give myself a reason for having the extra access space, but it's off by 1. We go drive bay and wall, and it's butted up against the end wall, and we go drive bay and wall and 1 gap. This may drive me nuts enough at some point that I have to reconfigure this room a bit. Now, we're going to go downstairs just a second and look at what the room underneath, and there's room to go out some more if we need to. Across the hall, we need to get, and what we're going to start with today, I need some machines automated. We had a large basic capacitor bank underneath there. We can go over there and look. Actually, this is no longer there. I've swapped up the order of my things on my dislocation charm, so I have to actually stop and look at them now. It's like, no, that's not where I thought it was. No, that's not where I thought it was. The large capacitor bank that was under here is now gone, and it is now, well, actually, it doesn't exist at all anymore. What does exist is this much smaller capacitor bank, but there's a reason this one is much smaller. You will notice that this one is a vibrant capacitor bank. All of the pieces that I had, that big old bank down there, as you go up, if we look at vibrant capacitor bank, we'll see that one of the recipes, you can build it from scratch, but one of the recipes is to take capacitor banks and upgrade them. And the capacitor bank has one where we can take 2 basics and upgrade them. So I went through this recipe, just upgrading the basic capacitor banks that we had to get them all the way up to vibrant banks, and this is what we ended up with. Now, I think down there we were storing, I think down there we were able to store 21 million with a 21,000 input-output capability. Here we were able to store 200 million with a 200,000 max input-output. So even though we ended up with much fewer capacitor bank pieces, we ended up with a much larger storage, and that's just because of the vibrant capacitor bank. It's an amazing beast. But I would like to finish filling out this space. Obviously, I created a particular size space to put that in, but I don't have enough capacitors to put in there. And what I ran into, if we're looking at that recipe, here I need a vibrant alloy, although I'm probably going to switch over to electrical steel because I think I've eaten up all the capacitor banks. Just actually look in the system. I'm having some frame rate drops, and I don't know why. It could be, I guess, all that running water up there, but that doesn't normally bother my game. maybe time for, I don't know when the last time I actually rebooted this machine was. Capacitor bank. 1. We've got 1. So we actually probably need to switch over to the other recipe, which is electrical steel. Electrical steel, what else? We're still going to need vibrant because we got to have it for this. But the big deal is we ran into a problem with vibrant alloy, which actually requires energetic alloy, if we find it. Right here. Energetic alloy, which is a 3-piece alloy as well. Gold. Let's look at this one. Gold, redstone, and glowstone. So we need to be able to create alloys. We need to be able to create them on demand, and we can't do that right now. Matter of fact, to get this done, we had some vibrant and energetic that had come out of reward bags, and I used that up very quickly, and then actually had to start smelting some, and we've got a sag mill and an alloy smelter down here. So I was actually having to come down here and put in the materials and sit here and wait on it and wait on it and wait on it and wait on it and wait on it, and then pull it up and go up there and build, 1 or maybe 2 vibrant banks, and then come back and do all again. That's getting crazy, and it's ridiculous, and it's not what we want to do. Obviously, we want as much of this automated as possible. But to do that, we need to get to the point where we can just order up alloys from our ME system. And so let's head downstairs and take a look. We can actually just jump through here right now. Whee! Now, this is now completely opened up. This goes all the way out to the edge wall. Mine 1 by 1 I am. This goes all the way out to the edge in every direction. Pop that back in there. So here's what we've got. I was talking about in the last episode the whole storage bus to ME interface, and in watching that episode, that's a P2P tunnel. In watching that episode, it was very convoluted, and I didn't explain it very well, and I probably gave a negative impression of that setup. That is not what I intended to do. I simply intended to state that that's not normally the way I run all of this stuff. And in going back, and someone actually shot me a link to the guy's video, and I still didn't. I meant to crud. I meant to have that available so that I could link it for you guys so that you would have source for that, and I did not do that. I apologize. But what we will see here is that even though we've got 6 drives sitting right there, and we've got 1 storage bus, 2 storage buses, 3 storage buses, and 3 ME controllers, that when we come back over here to the interface and look at it on this dense cable, we see only a single channel in use. The reason for that is because the storage bus is the only thing that's actually on this network. Because the moment we tack on that storage bus and add this ME interface, this section right here, from that storage bus to this ME interface, this is its own network. And you can see that we're using up all 8 channels, and it's 6 channels up there on the drives, and 1 channel for that ME interface, and 1 channel for that storage bus. Now, this network is a new network separate from this one. This is called subnetworking. Now, this one actually only has 2 channels on it right now because there are no drives up there. So it's got the ME interface there and the storage bus to go to the next subnetwork, and this one's the same condition, although it only has 1 because it does not yet have a storage bus down here. This is very, very, very handy if we need tons and tons and tons of drives. Obviously, if we just put all this on 1 dense cable, we would very quickly run into we can only have 32 drive bays. That's the long and short of it. We could put 32 drive bays on there, and then we'd have to find a new interface and run new dense cable to get more drive bays. This allows us to have, I started saying infinite number. This allows us to have more drives tacked on it than we will ever want, I'm sure. Maybe. At some point we ran out of room up here, but it will certainly allow us to have all of the drives here and then come down here and start tacking in more drives here, and we can just snake that back and forth. Now, the red cable, you'll see red cable on all of these. The ME interface and the storage interface will not pass power around here. So what we've got is we've got quartz cable right here, which does not allow anything but power to pass. We've got quartz cable over here, just because I prefer to do that on both ends. And then I've got red cable, and I only use the red cable here for power. So I know anywhere where I see this red cable, that's power being passed from one network to the other. You can see that here on the P2P bus as well. Now this one, you'll see, actually this is what we're setting up for today. You're going to see a bunch, and there's a difference between P2P channels. The P2P channel, or the P2P tunnel, if we use 10 channels down here, when we come back up here and look, there are going to be 10 channels in use. It does not reduce the channel count. What it does is reduces the amount of dense cable. This cable obviously passes out 32 channels. This cable is only capable of handling 8, but because we put it in a P2P channel, the only thing that's going to be flowing through here is the one channel that is for the tunnel itself. Now, I know I'm probably, some of you are zoned out right now. The long and short is, don't worry about it. I've done this simply so that we can get this dense cable down to this other room. There, how was that? Probably too long, too much, and I probably overwhelmed some of you. Now, why did I dig all that out? Well, I want to bring the cows up here, and I want to begin auto-processing the cows. And I set up a 5x5 here, because that's what and I actually think I went ahead and stuck a rancher on here with a tesseract. I did. We haven't moved anything under here yet, because I'm not sure this is actually where I want it. I'm not sure I'm not going to go down another floor and create like an entire floor that is agricultural in nature, rather than having this mixed in here with my AE system. Do I really want to mix cows with machines and ME? I don't know. Maybe temporarily. But long term, even after I dug all this out and tunneled this out and set this up, and I went, I don't like it. I just don't like it here. So this may become temporary, but I don't think it's going to sit there long term. So let's get started with what we actually need to get done today. I know. We went a long way to get there. We need to grab. Do we have alloy smelters in the system? No, but we do have the recipe for it. So I know for a fact I need at least 2 for the two alloys that I've been looking at. Let's look at the various recipes. How can we look at the rest? We actually have to build one. Here, let's build two. Just grab them out of the system. Looks like we've got everything in there. Now, if we plop one of these down, actually, we managed to get them both. And because the joy of, acceleration cards. These all have acceleration cards. Oops, wrong one. These all have acceleration cards in them now. Yay. So, 174 pages. Well, we are not going to go through 174 pages. But obviously, these are very handy machines. And these are the sorts of things. What is this? Obsidian. So, would be the recipe for dark steel. Now, obviously, we're not doing that way. We're getting our dark steel from a cow. I don't think we can get solarium from a cow, though. So we need one for solarium if we're going to be using it. Conductive iron, we're going to need one for that. We're going to need a pulsating iron, etc., etc., etc. So we're going to need a couple of these that we just plain set up, not to do auto crafting with. No, they don't stack now. That's interesting. But to just have available to put recipes or put patterns in that we can send over for alloy smelting. So let's grab an ME interface. And we're going to need some cable. Let's see. Have I got smart cable in here? I do have some smart cable in here. I'm going to need a way... Actually, you know, with the alloy smelters, I'm going to need power. Power. Let's do a tesseract if we have one. We do not have one, so let's get one made up real quick. And unfortunately, I think we still have this sitting down on platform. Well, at the bottom of the platform. Oh, no, it's up here on platform. Where am I going? Where am I going? Put him in here, and hey, go in there. Fill up. This is something else I'd like to get moved, because I really do want this to be one of our next projects. We need to get started on the magic mods. You know, speaking of which, do we have... How are we doing on our octuple down here? Oh, we've got another octuple. Nice. Octuple cannot be recursively compressed, so it automatically gets spit out down here. So we now have 2 octuple, which actually allows us to mark something off in our book. Actually, we could have marked it off last episode, and I don't think I've looked at the book in like 2 or 3 episodes, so shame on me. And then we can pop the tesseract back in here. We'll go ahead and throw in the octuple just because. Tesseract. Finish him out, and then we're going to need some flux duct. Hey, quit, flux duct. Is it hardened? Yes, it is. Okay, so I've been thinking about the way this room needs to work. Now, with these two, we're going to be able to... So, okay, let's just look at it. If this machine were sitting, not on the ground, but up on a spot, I can run the ME controller directly underneath it, or the ME interface, rather, directly underneath it, and I can put our tesseract back here, and run flux duct behind it. Because this machine can be told... where are your interfaces? This machine can be told to use this both as its push and pull. So it will receive items from there, and when it has finished cooking them, it'll push it right back into the ME interface. Well, the ME interface, the big ME interface, can act as both an input and an output to the ME system. So we should never need more space back here behind a machine doing just this sort of thing. However, we have some other machines where we may need to push things out of here, so we may need to have power, and we may need to be able to push things out the back. That will probably mean that this needs to actually come up, needs to come forward one. And we don't really need to poke holes in our... No, that is not... Poke holes in the outside wall here. So what I'm really thinking is setting the machines like this. And let's grab our smelters. I can't do that, though, because if I do that... Gonna need another ME interface. I don't know what I was thinking. We can actually set it on the ME interface. And that doesn't look bad. I don't know of any cover that will cover ME interface. Let me see what I've got as far as covers go. After we grab him out, he's almost an Instacraft cover. Block of aluminum cover. That is like a regular cover that you would put on top of something. So that may actually, but it's going to stick out from the front. Oops, it's going to stick out from the front like that. We'll leave that way for now, just to see how it looks. Let's go ahead and put. Let's just stick that in there, so I've got something to place the semi-controller on, and get the other sag mill on there, or the other alloy smelter on there. And then for power. So the reason I like using tesseracts, number one, I don't have to try to run cabling everywhere, right? I can just run it to one place and then forget about it. I can actually stick it on the back here, because we're going to end up covering all this up. And you know what? If we end up using these covers on the front of everything, it'll actually line up properly, and it'll make the machines actually look like they're recessed back just a little bit. So that might actually work out really, really well. And then we'll run power over here. Yeah, this is working. Okay. Now, did I actually configure that to be push-pull? Yes, I did. Let's configure this one to be push-pull on the bottom. Push-pull on the bottom. Let's get the tesseract configured. So it is going to be block. I always just end up changing them. Then where's energy? We need energy to be receiving only. And then go ahead and right there. All right, so they're now powering up. We're going to want octatic capacitors in these. And this may be another problem where we run into the issue of not having octatic. We've got the recipe in, but Oh, do I actually have a couple? Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. I do love those legendary bags. They are absolutely amazing for getting these octatics out of. You know what? This is probably not going... This one will absolutely power up at whatever it can take in. This one, however, is probably falling behind. Well, no, it's not either. 140, 151, 140. Okay, well then, okay. I wonder why, because that must be the limitation of the machine itself. Increases energy storage and speed, range of machines, because obviously the Tesseract has no restriction about the amount of power, and that is coming off of this system, which can dump out as much as 200,000 RF a tick. Well, there's no way these are getting 200,000 RF a tick, because they would have been full almost instantly. Would have been full in 5 total ticks, which is 1/4 of a second, so they obviously did not do that. Okay, we can work with that. Now what we need to do here, we need to take our, and really I don't have to use dense cable here, I'm using, or smart cable here. I'm using smart cable because I prefer smart cable. I poked a hole here. I could use the hole that I've already got. Really, I like to use smart cable because I can visually inspect it to see what's going on. But it's expensive for this sort of thing. Why did you not connect right here? Should you not have connected right there? Why did you not connect? Can I not hook smart cable to dense cable? Let me grab some flux cable and we'll just find out. That would be a bit concerning. I don't think I grabbed any flux cable. Flux, glass cable flux. Let's see if this will work. Now, if this doesn't connect, it's got to connect. I mean, that's you know, that's what this stuff's for. Let's do that, and that, and that, and that, and that. You connect, don't you? Yeah, you sure did. Okay, that's the first machine. So the other machine should be right here. No, no, I'm sorry, it's right here. That's the second machine. All right, we can actually, since this has, so these can handle 8 channels. You know, I could have put a single and then run the smart cable over so I could still inspect the channels. The thing that will happen to me is I'll end up cramming so many machines over here that I'll lose track of what's going to which cables. We'll just do this for now. I may have to find a way around that. So we've now got 2 channels in here. Whoa, if we look at this, we should see 2. Yep, we sure do. We see the one that's going there and the one that's going there. And we should be able now, we'll need to go upstairs. We should be able to come down here and say, let's create a pattern for energized. Is it energized? No, it's energetic. Let's just look up the vibrant capacitors. Actually, we'll just look up the vibrant alloy and back up through it. Yeah, that would work. We need energetic alloy, which if we look at the recipe in the alloy smelters right here, we're not going to be able to do that in this machine though, because we have to use the pattern terminal and put it in processing mode. So we'll clear this out and we'll tell it we need 1 gold. 1 gold. We need a redstone, and we need a glowstone. Will make for us 1 energetic, and I hope I've got energetic. I have no energetic, so we've got to cook 1 manually. All right, let me do that real quick. Let me cook it manually, and we'll come back and finish up this pattern. All right, guys, I am back. Oh, it pushed. I was like, oh my god, it disappeared. It pushed back into the system because we set it up to do exactly that, to push back into the system. So, yeah, I don't know if it actually, I don't know if the recording started in time to actually see it here, but it pushed right back in the system. I didn't note, and I should have, that these need to be changed because these are only going to do alloys. We want to make sure that we've set these on alloys only. The reason for that is, like, if I had pushed the gold, redstone, and glowstone over here and the gold got here first, it would have started processing. It would have melted down and turned back into a gold, and then the redstone and glowstone would have hit and they wouldn't have done anything. So this needs to be set on alloy only, so it sits and waits for all the pieces to show up. Otherwise we get ourselves into a lot of trouble when we start trying to do these things. So now if we find our energetic, wait, we looked for that a while ago, did we not? Oh, I'm so confused. Alright, we should be able to say, here is the recipe for that. And we come down here and put this in. Actually, we could have done that from over there. We actually need 2 copies of that. We want 2 copies of that because we'll be able to do it in both of them. But, ooh, or will it end up splitting the... that's a good question. Let's actually do it so we can find out. I'm not sure it won't accidentally or unintentionally split. Maybe it can only use 1. I don't know that I've ever tried to do this way before. Huh. Let's try ordering like a whole stack of it now. So if we try to order energetic, and we middle click, so we tell it to craft, and we do 64... and hit start, and go. Now that pattern actually exists in 2 places over here. It exists in this one, which appears to be making, and this one, which appears to not be making. So I wonder if it just chose the one that was closest. So we may end up only needing 1 of these to run. That's bad, actually. What I'm thinking is, so if we had had the vibrant in here already, it would end up processing all of those before it ever even started on the vibrant, while there is a whole alloy smelter sitting here doing nothing, unless, of course, we put the vibrant alloy in the other one. So to make vibrant, let's take a look at that again. It should be vibrant alloy. It should be the energetic plus a ender pearl, I believe. Yes, in the alloy smelter. So let's do that. Let's go in here and we'll pull. Can we get that out? We'll do energetic plus a ender pearl. I bet I don't have any. I bet I don't have any. Oh, we got 60. Does that say 64K? That does say 64K. I bet I don't have any vibrant in here. Vibrant. Oh, I do. I do. Grab that, and we'll go put that in the other one. And that way, if I were to order so much that it was going to empty the system, instead of making all of the energetic and then waiting till that was completely done before it started any of the vibrant, it can start the vibrant with it being over here as soon as the first one lands back in the enemy system. It can kick it over to this one. So let's just see that in action. We now have 3 crafting storages, so it should be able to do those that way. Vibrant. We'll middle click that again, and let's order up 64 of that as well. And then go check it, and we should see that it is running in the other one. Yes, absolutely. Okay, that is doing the right thing. Yay, yay. Ooh, yeah. Yay, yay, and yay. Now, we may actually end up moving these. While I was standing over here working on that and looking at this, we may actually stack these up closer, because what we're also going to end up with here, let's grab, actually we can grab the sag mill and alloy smelter from down here. So we're also going to, did the capacitors not come out? Ooh, I'm pretty sure both of those had octadics in them. That's going to be a bit ugly if that, so we're also going to have the situation where we've got, and that obviously will be an ME interface, and then we'll have the sag mill, and on top of the sag mill, we will have a alloy smelter, and this will be configured with a single the octadic state in there. So, like, we'll push all the gold ore in our system into the sag mill. Let's just do it. Here, let me build up some components, and we'll come back and look at it. Hey guys, I'm back, and let's take a look here. We've actually decided not to do gold. I decided to do yellowite. Now, yellowite, when I want 2 yellowite, I need to crush up and cook 1 yellowite ore. So we're going to encode that pattern as 1 for 2. And we're going to go over here and drop that in this ME interface. And take a look at what we've done here. That one right there. And actually, we should just clear this one. It's not going to work to have duplicates. Now, you'll notice that I switched out the cable. We had hardened flux duct back here, but I've switched it over to the Ender IO conduits, and there's a reason. So this is energy. This is energy conduit. It's the highest of the Ender IO energy pipes, and this pushes what 20,000 RF a tick, so more than enough for our machines down through here. And the reason we did that is because what I was talking about earlier, we would have the need to connect both power and move items around. So what we've got is we've got our pattern down here that says, hey, here's how you make 2 yellowite ingots. You push 1 yellowite ore over here, and that will get pulled if I've done these right. That should get pulled in from the bottom, yes, and then once it's crushed up, it should get pushed out of the top, correct? And then this one probably needs to be reconfigured. The bottom is a pull, so it's pulling it up out of the machine below it. That'll have been the crushed material. And then, yeah, we're currently pushing here. We don't need to do that. We need to push it out the back. Push. There we go. And then that is connected. I've disabled the one. Oh, I didn't disable. Yeah, that's just power. I disabled the item conduit that would have connected here and pushed it all the way back into the ME interface down there. So it's an insert on the ME. It's disabled here. You'll see the, this is the inventory one. Here's the power one, but there's the inventory one. It's disabled. And then up here on the inventory, we're extracting without a signal. So at this point, let's just go do it. I really need to make the system wireless. I really need to make the system wireless. So if we do a yellowite ore, or if we do yellowite ingots, we should be able to middle click on that, and let's tell it 100. Yep, go. And at this point, we should see the sag mill crushing stuff up. Oh, why aren't you pushing out the top? You should be pushing the yellowite dust up. So let's take a look. That is a push. I'm not sure why that's not pulling. It's set to pull in. I'm sure this is set for alloys only. Yes, because we set them all for alloys only, right? Furnace only. There we go. Now, whew, I'm so glad I figured that out because that was going to drive me crazy. So we are now crushing them, and it's actually going to push this cyanide up there too. But you know what? I don't think... Can cyanide be cooked into... So this is going to sit here and just keep cycling this, and that's great. We're also going to get the extra, and I think that will get pushed out here in a moment. How many is this cooking at a time? It's cooking 3 at a time. That's good. That's one of the nice things about the alloy smelters, that it can cook a larger number. All right, I'm going to cut away while this finishes cooking most of this, and then we'll see what happens with this cyanide. So give it just a moment. Guys, we are back, and this is just about done. Now, you may have been asking yourself, let's see what happens here. You may have been asking yourself, why I put this in furnace only? Yep, it pulled the cyanide right up, and it's going to cook it and produce the cyanide ingot and send it right on through. You may have been asking why I put that in furnace only rather than leaving it on all smelting. The deal is that I could, say I wanted to cook up silver and gold. If this was on all, the gold would come over and process through and go, yep, push it up. And as soon as the first silver finished, it would get pushed up too, and that would go, oh, well, that's an alloy. I'll just start making electrum for you instead of making silver and gold. So we want to make sure this is on furnace only so that it knows, oh, the only thing I'm ever going to receive are single types of ores, and never, never, never make alloys here. So that's the purpose for that. Okay, so that is working. We should have seen that all come back into the system. Well, actually, what we really need to do is check and make sure none of these say they're still waiting for cyanide to come back in, or yellowite to come back in the system, and they don't. So our crafting queues are clear. So excellent. That did exactly what we wanted. Now, let's take a look. Let's take a look at getting a couple of these cows up here. So where we are at is we need more power. I know that sounds strange because we're not doing a lot with power right now, but we actually need more power. And we need to build. Let's go take a look at our quarry, and I'll show you why. Let me get something out of our quarry, and I'll show you why. Or out of our ME system here. So upgrade. There it is. And then we'll run over the quarry. Now, I told you guys I was going to set it up and then just let it run, and then we'd come back and look at it at some point. And really, the main purpose for this was not so much for the materials we were going to get out of here, but for all that beautiful dirt right there. Look at all that dirt. Oh. Now, what I've put in here is a Silk Touch, which is a 1.5, and I went ahead and crafted all the way up to the ×3 speed upgrade. And I'm going to pop this down here, and then we're going to pop back over the ME room, and then we're going to come right back here and pull it out. So I'm going to set that down. It's now moving much faster. But if we go back to right here, and come out here and look at our vibrant capacitor bank, we will see that it is inputting 7,000 and outputting almost 30,000. Now the good news is this is going to hold the battery for quite some time, but we are at a negative almost 18,000 RF a tick because of that, because of the energy drain caused by that 3 times speed. Well, the 3 times speed is what we're eventually going to want to run on our quarry. So we've got to be able to keep up with that. And what we really need to do is we need plenty of yellowite in the system. We need to build a more efficient reactor, and we need to switch over to actively cooled reactor. That is part of the quest chain anyway, is to do that. Yeah, oh, I wish I could leave it running, but I just can't. And I'll show you the difference if we go back over to the quarry. So if we right-click, hey, somehow ended up in the ground. If we right-clicked on this, so that's 713. There's 5118. There's 55. So in that time, it's doing about 400 blocks. It's doing 400. It's scanning 400 blocks just that fast. And if we can actually find where it's processing, depends on where it's processing. It's probably processing back here somewhere, and we're not going to be able to see it. Let's see if we can. Oh, look at all that beautiful dirt. There it is. So 1, 2. See how quickly it's doing an entire row of that? Bang, bang, bang. And that's going to go back to the other end of the. Oh, I'm now hovering in air, and I'm going to starve myself. The good news is I've got food right here, right here. Just chill out a second. I'm working on eating. Wow, actually I had to eat 2 of those. I don't think I've ever had to eat 2 of those before. I was just that hungry. And then let me grab, where's my other bag? Where's the brown, oh, there it is. It looked like it was missing there for a second. We've got to get, oh, why are we backed up? Oh, because it is running so fast. That could be a problem. We'll have to get more acceleration cards, or, that's going to be a problem. So that one chest, obviously we're dumping all that stuff in our system into one chest. Okay, so we saw how fast that was going. If we come over here and pull that ×3 speed upgrade off, this one right here. Now if we can get to the point where we can see where it's at, should be working right in here somewhere. It was probably working. Oh, there's all that extra dirt. I just can't, well, I can get it in the system now. Look at that. Because the system is just moving that much slower. Obviously, it is not processing at the same speed, because we're not seeing it running across there like we were before. So, we have to fix this, and I'm sure this is terribly, terribly dark, and I apologize. We probably shouldn't have come over here to look at this. But we've got to have more speed, and the way probably to solve this is rather than going into a Tesseract and then pushing into the chest, would be to get the Tesseract directly onto, if we go back over here, and deal with the lag spike that we have when we change worlds. So right now, we are pushing that from the Tesseract into the chest. That's all coming into here. But we can push a Tesseract directly into Let's see, what is this powering? Oh, that's powering our compressor. Is that all it's doing? I think that's all it's doing. Which means we could move it. There's nothing over here getting power from it. Let's move it over one. What do I see over here? What is this? Oh, this is just to go back into the system. Yeah, let's move it over one. I'm on 1 by 1, yes. Guys, I have done so much damage to our base on several occasions by having the 3 by 3 turned on and going splat. Oh no! I did not mean to do that. It was terrible. 2 or 3 times I've knocked out huge portions of the ME system, and I should now be getting power directly from the Tesseract. So what we can do is, if we grab... There is a terminal down here, haha, ME interface, and that's just because I spend so much time down here working in the basement that, you know, it'd be nice to have an ME interface down here. If we grab an ME interface and put it directly on this bad boy, and it will connect. Now, ooh, is he going to try to push stuff in here? Oh, it is definitely trying to push stuff in there. Nope, let's get that away from there. Bad, bad, bad. Okay, this turned out to be a bigger deal than it should have been, so we put that there. Now it only has one inventory it can get to, that one, and we have to get power back over where we had it. And then I have to clean up the stuff that's in here. Let's see, pretty much everything over here. Here, we'll just dump it all in the system because the bags will just get sorted back out. Yep, they will. Put all this stuff over here. Oh, it's still making that. Matter of fact, we can just push everything over here. I saw a drive go in. I also saw my crossbow go in, which also means my bolts went in. Oh, goodness. I made a mess, didn't I? Just trying to get all this stuff back into the system. Are you done now? Okay. Great. Let's grab our stuff back out of the system, and we need that 3x, so speed upgrade, just an upgrade, there it is. And we want our crossbow, please. And we would like our bolts, please. And probably some other stuff that we inadvertently tossed in there, and by we, I mean, yeah, I did that because I'm silly. Alright, so now if we look at the, if we go to the quarry, and toss the speed upgrade on here, it should go back to being, yeah, super fast. And we should not see stuff building up in here, because it's going directly into the system. Okay, that solves that little problem. Sorry, we had to do some troubleshooting on the fly, but the biggest troubleshooting problem we have with this setup, obviously, is the power. Does that go out to the center now? I'm not sure. Nope, it still goes down here. That's not what we want. And that's sure not what we wanted. So obviously our biggest problem with that system and letting that run all the time right now, A, is dealing with the power. We're 18K short of power. And B, dealing with auto smelting and handling the ores that are coming in. I mean, we're now going to have a ton of ores coming in. Let's see if we can see stuff going up. I wonder if Dracon... Oh, we've only found 3? For reals? Oh my goodness. Will this go in the... Will this go in the sag mill over here? Please tell me you'll go in the sag mill. Oh, you won't go in the sag mill? You will not go in the sag mill. Oh, what a pain. Can I... Okay, so on my pickaxe, my draconic pickaxe, I have both Silk Touch and Efficiency, or Fortune 3. Silk Touch always wins out over Fortune 3. You can put both books on here, but only the Silk Touch will take effect. But what that allows me to do is keep them both on there, pull off the Silk Touch when I want to do something, like this, because that should produce much more ore. So I'm going to have to manually process all this stuff? There's got to be a better way. I will find a better way. I would have to find a better way. I guess, but you know, it's not going to matter, because we're going to end up getting Draconium out of an RF world at some point. And oh, I'm so excited to get to. Matter of fact, this, I'm going to tear all this down, put this room back in for expanded machines and stuff, and get our RF world stuff right over here. I am so excited about doing that. I've never played with that mod before, and I really, really want to do it. And I bet we've got a ton, just an absolute ton of cool things over here now. Wow. Wow, that is a huge number of dimlets that we've got available. And I assume at least we're not backed up or anything. Nope. So let's see, nope, we don't have any Draconium. Dragon, what about, like, Diamond? Oh, look at that. What is this? Material block of Diamond. So, ooh, 25,000 R for tick. See, there's a reason we have to have better power right there. Material Diamond ore for 10,000 a tick. But no Draconium, huh? What about Yellowite? Yellowite ore at 10,000 a tick. What's the alternative to Yellowite? Plutonium. Plutonium? Oh, wow. Liquid molten plutonium dimlet, 300 R a tick. That's cheap, 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 cheap. Why would that be so cheap? Because you can't actually create any blocks with it. You have to use... So, to build a bunch of this stuff for big reactors, it requires a Yellowite ingot. But, you know what? We've got enough Yellowite ingots to build all the casings and glass and everything else we're ever going to need. I wonder if maybe they have made it so that you can't power Plutonium. I wonder if they made it so you can't power your big reactors with plutonium. Because that is a much, much cheaper alternative for just the fuel portion. If we can just go in. So what the liquid molten plutonium dimlet will do is it will create, so we can put that in front of a lakes. So let's find like lakes. Is there a lakes? Here we go. Feature lakes dimlet. So if we were to do lakes and we were to do the plutonium right in front of it, then what that would say is, yeah, it says this is a modifier for terrain, lake, or liquid orbs. Put these dimlets before the things you want to change. So we put liquid molten plutonium right before we put in feature lakes, and all the lakes that get created in the world will have liquid plutonium in them. Wouldn't that be nice? And then we can just take our endothermic pumps and go pump the plutonium out and straight into casting basins where we can turn it into blocks to pump directly into our reactors. Wouldn't that be handy? So this is something I really, really want to get to play with, because I really liked Mistcraft, but Mistcraft was almost cheaty. You set up a world, yeah, you had to fiddle a bunch with pages and getting everything set up right and doing that, but once you had that world done, it was done. You didn't never have to touch it again. It was set up, good to go, you go there anytime you wanted, and I have been known, in Direwolf 20 pack, we did the Direwolf 20 with Wednesday Games, I was playing Direwolf 20's pack, is it Direwolf? Why does that not sound right all of a sudden? I'm 99% sure it was Direwolf 20. Has got a pack, and we were playing that, and I got into Mistcraft really early in the game, and just absolutely abused that pack. I loved it, but I abused it. And the thing with this one is, you can abuse this. Yeah, I could go turn on a world full of Yellowite, as long as I can produce the 100 or the 10,000 RF a tick. Yeah, you can get diamond ore blocks. Diamond, what was it? Blocks of diamond ore, if you can afford to pay the 25,000 RF a tick. Now, there will come a time when that's no big deal, but by then, some of these dimlets won't be quite as impressive either. They just won't matter as much. So I really want to get into that. We may, if I can get some of this other stuff. Obviously, I need to create a bunch more sag mills. I need to create a bunch more alloy smelters, and I need to finish setting this room up, at least for the base materials that we're doing right now. Need to have that done so that our system is running much, much more efficiently for us. And I will make that happen very quickly. How's that? I'll make that happen very quickly. Matter of fact, I will work on that immediately after finishing this episode, probably, because I want to get that done, because I really do. We've been playing with a lot of ME stuff, and it's because the ME system is so powerful. It can do so much for us to make our lives so much easier. We really should have gone ahead and gotten the whole wireless thing done today, but, you know, we're out of time. I'm sure we're way, way out of time. And, because I haven't, the last couple episodes, I haven't even been watching the clock. It's like, oh, did I pull that off? Did I pull off the, let's go check the quarry. I don't remember pulling off the speed upgrade. I didn't. So how is it that we are keeping up? Wait, are you? Let's check it. Are you actually doing? Oh, the quarry has finished. Ah, well, that explains it. So I put down a very small sort of perimeter, and it had actually, because thanks to the speed upgrade, it is now completely finished, from top bedrock to bottom bedrock, turning everything in there to dirt for us, and getting out all the materials. I was like, oh my goodness, surely our big reactor's not actually keeping up with that. And no, unfortunately, it's not. It's just that it's done and no longer needs power. So I'll pull all that out and probably move it. I mostly just needed to get it started so that we had plenty of dirt, because we got some other things. It's time. As sad as it is time for this system to go away. It really is. It is time for us to get a much better, more efficient system. Don't get me wrong. We may still have the bottom level being, you know, I started to say being Minicio, but we're down to very little Minicio in here anymore. Maybe this last few rows down here are Minicio. We're not boosting the growth on much of that at all anymore. But I have something I want to do, or maybe I'll leave the Minicio in a separate plot. I have something I want to do with that. We have something that is required from the whole book down here to get done. Matter of fact, let's end our episode by looking at the book, because we haven't done that in forever. So if we take a look, way back here, we've done everything here, we've done everything here. Use the sprinkler, we still haven't done. We just got to get around to it. Oh, we could do that one. Maybe we'll get it done next episode. Hatch a dragon, we can't do it because we lost the egg. Craft and use an interquarry, check. Create an actively cooled reactor, not done yet. Create a max size reactor, not done yet. Create a turbine. This is how we will get our much better power, but we're not there yet. I think we're still significantly short of 10k. Mysticism, Mastery, Lexica Botanica, Mastery, Witch, and Mastery, Dragons. Let's see, we don't have the Draconic Pickaxe. We got the Pickaxe of the Wyvern, right? Isn't that what we built? Pickaxe of the Wyvern, yep. Nope, none of that yet. Automate Wither Killing. This really is on our list very, very soon. It's actually going to be a lot easier, and I'll show you that before. Fill a DSU, nope. A billion RF. I don't know that we'll ever do that one. I've seen what this, I know what this takes. if Grum were actively playing with me, we might actually be able to get that done. But he's not actually playing with me. He's doing some voiceover stuff with me. He's providing some insight and some advice. And when I ask him about it, he does goofy stuff on the side. But he's not actually actively playing with me right now. So I don't know that we'll actually get that one done. Successfully run one cable. That's not a big deal. Wither Fortress, replace power cables, 20 different moves. We've already got this. We just need to automate it. I thought there was something here. Craft a single octuple. Look at there. Craft a single octuple compressed cobblestone block. And I think at this point we have at least 2 octuple. Yeah, we have 2. Look at there. Boom. You asked for one, we'll give you 2. How you like that? All right, guys. Well, I know this has been a long episode. I know it's been a lot of techie stuff, but I needed to get this set up. I needed to get this auto crafting here started. But I didn't want you to come in and just suddenly find a whole machine room that was done and you had no idea how it happened. So I know we needed to spend an episode doing it, but I think we're going to go away from ME for a while, just walk away from it. I may even go ahead and do the wireless thing on my own. It's really not a big deal. You build a security terminal, you build a wireless receiver, you link them together, and boom, you've got wireless. It won't take long, and it's not that complicated compared to the other things we've done already. And I don't know that I want to spend any more time together working on ME, or a bunch of you are going to get really bored. So I would like to move on to some other things, and I would like to do that starting next episode. So I think I'll do some more AEM machine room stuff on my own. But when we come back next time, we're going to start on something completely new. How's that? Promise? Promise. All right, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I know that you could have been spending your time doing anything you wanted, and you chose to spend it with me, and I appreciate that very, very much. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.